What's up, Patriots? What's going on?
What up, bro?
Everybody? God damn, you're looking good, man.
MullDawg, you look fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, I'm jealous,
You
dude.
look like a Bo Bergdahl.
This is what happens. They just, you cut women out completely, and they have no input on aesthetics, and it's just dudes only, and
just guys being dudes.
We get what we want. We get to look how we want.
True.
You know, which ultimately we do anyways, and we tell them what to like. They're just slow in the uptake. You can just find new ways to look like shit, and women are like, "Oh, that's gross," and then give it 6 months, and they're like, "You know what? I like that gross shit."
Yeah, you look sick though, dude.
Yeah, they have dog girls.
I would suck you right now, dude.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You look at the basement. I'm like including that in your look.
Yeah, I'm contrasting it with my sick fucking.
Yeah, you look good, dude. You look like you should be on Wall Street right now.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's a good do.
Wall Street money incapable of sleeping.
I'm like a Wall Street dude who like started smoking crack.
Yeah, Wall Street money's got fucking chronic insomnia.
Yes, dude. Yo, I was singing your praises, Mullen, when because I was battling with my fucking gay ass liberal friends in the car today.
Mm-hmm.
And they immediately knew it wasn't me when I said ethos. They're like, dude, where are you getting this? I was like, this is all me, baby.
Yeah.
Off the dome.
No, I mean, I'm keeping my mouth shut. You know, I'm not saying anything, just watch and wait. But I've been red pilled on this fucking virus from the get go. And then like the thing that turned it around for me is because like I got a cousin that's a nurse. She's like an ICU nurse in the city. And she's like, yeah, we're swamped. We don't have any masks. And I tested positive, and my boyfriend's real sick. And I'm like, I don't care. She's in on it.
True. That's all you need to know.
I mean, hey, listen, if you need groceries, let me know. I'll drop them off at your house.
Did you fucking Alex Jones me into being am I a fucking moron for listening to you? I was arguing in the car.
No, everyone's an idiot for listening to me. But yeah, no, I don't know.
You're right. No, you're right, dude. You got red pilled, and you're right. David Icke said they're not even testing for a COVID-19. They're just testing for general coronaviruses. So I pretty much believe him.
Yeah.
So that's all you need to know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said it. I've been trying to like just preface everything. Like a couple weeks ago, I said to Adam, you know, I may have even said on the show, I was like, it'd be funny if, you know, if they never use any of those beds in the Javits Center or that ship that, you know, they docked in the harbor or whatever, the big ass boat. And then they didn't. So I guess there's maybe like there's like 100 people in the Javits Center. They're like, we need 1,000 beds now. ICU cases are declining. Not that the curve is flattening, but now there's less patients in ICU today than there was a day ago, which is, you know, they're having to revise all these models. The models were supposed to account for social distancing. They said best case scenario, we're looking at 100,000 to 250,000 people dying. And that's if we observe like strict social distancing. And then a week later, they're like, "Oh, now it's 60,000." It's like, I'm sorry, what? Isn't the whole point of a model that like you don't just keep guessing every fucking day?
Yeah, the original. I read an article in the Atlantic. They were like, "We're guessing between like 2 million deaths and 200,000." It's like
that was the first number.
Yeah, you can't give yourself that range.
That's why we did all this shit in the first place, because they were like 2.2 million Americans are going to die. It was that fucking Imperial College like study.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2.2 million. And that's if we do all this like social distancing shit. And then there were additional studies that they used. There's that one in Washington to justify lockdowns and what like healthcare professionals should be advising or whatever. And then that one said, it was like last week where they said 100,000 to 240,000 or something. And then everybody ran with that. Now that one's been revised and they say it's 60,000.
So we need more deaths, you're saying? We need to ramp it up.
No, I mean, it would be funny.
I want the model to be right.
I want the model to be wrong, and then I want, because with the funniest outcome is that like Democrats have to continue destroying the economy just to try and figure out the best time to exit, and there will never be the only good time to exit is after the election.
True.
Dude, I liked that statement so much. I've said that to about 8 different people since you texted me that. And I've passed it off like I know anything.
Dude, please do.
I'm like, Cuomo's a fucking bitch, dude. Even if he knew it was fine, he would wait, dude. He's just a politician, dude.
Yeah. And you know what's awesome too? It's like if we're wrong, if the models are right and it's just a fluke and red states start opening, like if fucking like Abbott in Texas demands that everything opens back up and Texas kills like 1 million people, like the response would be like, that's just part of being a cowboy, brother. Sometimes you get sick. Sometimes the horse bucks you, and sometimes you break it, and that's just a part of life. Like, they'll just move on. They'll just keep it moving, and they won't care at all. There's no negative consequences.
That'd be a tight Dallas Buyers Club reboot, dude, for coronavirus. Like, I don't got that goddamn bullshit.
Trump is the fucking Dallas Buyers Club guy with this the hydroketamine or whatever the fuck it is.
He is, man. He's
like, how about this club drug I heard about? Why don't we try that?
My favorite press conference was him just being like, "Hey, man, why not?"
Yeah.
We were like, "Well, it could be bad." He's like, "It's not."
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Maybe could be bad. But hey, you want to do it? Like, it was just that. There was no answer. It was
like somebody talking you into taking mushrooms. He was like,
hey. He's like, "You're not gonna die, but I don't know if it helps."
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, it is like the perfect, Trump moment is like this huge, like pandemic, not pandemic, whatever the fuck is going on. And he's just every morning,
just
cartoons playing in his head. He's like maybe listening to somebody, and the reporter's like, "What do you have to say?" He's like, "Shut up. Nice hat, stupid."
Yeah. He's like, where do you work? Where do you work?
Yeah.
The Associated Press.
Magazine.
Yeah. Associated Press, not as good as it used to be. You're not going to go very far in this business.
He's already at the White House. He's already asking the president questions. He's like, listen, I don't really see a future for you in journalism.
He's a wartime president, dude.
Yeah.
He gave himself the moniker wartime. He's like, I'm a wartime president. And
that's because they always get reelected.
I guess. Yeah.
Wartime presidents remain elected, dude.
You think Joe Biden will wear gloves and a mask at the debate?
Definitely.
Its thing is like politicians like maybe 50% of the time have the right answer. And then there can be like disastrous outcomes, but they're usually like kind of articulate, But Trump is so fucking inelegant and everything he says sounds so stupid. That like, and this is what I love is because he's wrong. I mean, he's just guessing with this fucking thing, and I guess he has some kind of like financial stake maybe in the draw. Who knows? Who gives a shit, right? But it sounds so wrong. So for him to be so wrong, but maybe as wrong as like the lockdown response. I mean, that's yet to be fucking seen because it's like these models are changing, and there's not really a fucking explanation for it, I guess. But I guess the point is that like how he can be such like a dope in the way he talks. And if you just did that with like other presidents, how fun? Like, I mean, like FDR literally during World War II was like, what if we just did our own Holocaust kind of? Why don't we try that?
Maybe. I've thought about it. We could do a Holocaust.
It's what we
Germany's doing it. It's working very well.
Yeah.
The Germans are doing it. It's working well.
Yeah, why don't we give it a shot? I mean, we could try doing a Holocaust also and see if that solves it. We'll just put them all in jail, the people we don't like.
Well, he's going to be right. He said so much shit that, like, at the end of this, if it doesn't shake out with 1 million deaths, he's going to be like, told you guys. Told you.
Mm-hmm.
Told you it's no big deal.
Well, not even. I mean, 60,000 is like a bad flu season. And then the argument is that, like, oh, well, it would have been way worse if we didn't do social distancing. And it's like, well, what's the evidence of that?
Yeah. Only
what is the evidence that social distancing worked? Because everything that social distancing was supposed to do, that wasn't the outcome.
Yeah.
How
many geezers do we have to lose? How many geezers we got to burn?
We got a lot of geezers, dude. So many. We probably got like 30 million geezers in this country.
I mean, dude, from the like an economy standpoint, that would have been.
If we lost 30 million geezers, that would have helped
I don't
our
think
economy.
Old people even give a shit, do they?
They don't.
Like,
although my dad, I'm here at my parents' house right now. Yeah. My dad's genuinely afraid. He's like, a cat.
Is he?
Like a cat. If I go near him, he's like, God damn it.
He's like, those fucking nips couldn't kill me when I was over there. You think they're gonna fucking do it with a fucking sneeze from across the ocean? I don't think so, pal.
My mom wants it. My mom wants coronavirus.
Let that fucking gook sneeze in my face and see what happens.
My mom wants it. She was like, I want to get corona. She watches so much Fox News. She's like, give me it right now.
Women want it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All girls want this disease so bad.
They do, dude. You're absolutely 100%.
Every girl has been, the second the lockdown started, they were fantasizing about posting just like just how many people would click the read more button on Instagram. Her journey through having fucking diarrhea for 3 days.
Yeah, I was just.
We'll get back to the mics.
That's a good walk to remember, dude. I was just watching. My wife was watching that movie where like Mandy Moore's like, I have leukemia, and this guy's like, I love you no matter what. That's the girl fantasy to be sick and loved.
Dude,
That's
imagine being a
You're
chick
right.
right now. You've been watching, SVU for 2 decades. It's rape. Rape's the end goal. That's the Super Bowl. But
Yeah.
then the new thing comes out, COVID.
Mm-hmm. Law and Order Siam virus unit.
Just a bunch of guys knocking bats out of Asian people's hands.
You gonna tell me that the chinks got their own AIDS now, Elliot? The chinks got their own AIDS?
Dude, Ice-T in a wet market.
Oh my
Are you guys
God.
off saying chink on this show?
Yeah, we're allowed. We're back.
Yeah, we've talked.
Also,
can you imagine getting fired from that shit and then you're like, well, I guess now I'm going to stop saying chink.
I gave it up for Lent.
Yeah.
After tomorrow, it's on. I gave it up for Lent. So once Easter's on.
No, I was a little gun shy for a little bit, and then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was a traumatic experience. I was a little fucking gun shy about saying shit. I would hear people like I was on Legion of Skanks. Anytime Lewis drops the N-word on Legion of Skanks, I'm like,
Well, that one's too far. I mean, we kind of
he's not being funny.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I meant, is when I said that one, I meant the show that Lewis does. I meant Lewis's career. That one. No, I mean, like we kind of all understood you don't say the N-word, right? That was like,
that was it. That was the only one.
Yeah, that you don't say that one.
That's why I got into the business, dude. It was the only job I could do that, and that was the rule. I don't know what I'm saying. Look, I tried to sell cars. You could say it there. You could say it while you're selling cars. Try to work in, any job you're allowed to say it. Comedy's the only one you can't say it, which is why I did this.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
That's how you stop yourself. You're like, this is the only way I can stop myself.
This is the only way I can stop from screaming the N-word every day.
They're letting the doctors and nurses say it now in the hospital.
They're allowed.
Yeah.
They're allowed.
Man.
Say it all the time. Yeah, did you see the mass graves and shit? How they try to put it off like they're like dumping people in mass graves, and it turns out it's just they always dump people in mass. Like,
Isn't it just like a homeless people grave?
Yeah.
They have a whole island. New York has an island. People forget what goes on uptown, You cross 125th Street and they got zombie islands. And that's the way it should,
They have like a trash yard for homeless people. They just dump them.
Yeah, they make prisoners bury homeless people on
Damn, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, New York rocks.
Fuck, that's
that's pretty awesome.
Sick.
That's more of the New York strong story I want to hear. No more of this like fucking like, let's all clap out of the window. We're going to clap. We're all going to ring bells out the window for the healthcare workers. No, I want more dead body island stories.
Yeah, dude, I'm with that.
That's New York strong.
Burying homeless people alive.
Yeah.
Picking them up and it's fucking
Like casino.
No, he's dead of corona. Where are we going?
Oh
Yeah,
my
you're
God.
dead, sir. You're already dead from corona. It'd be great if they started murking homeless people to get.
I was just saying, you could just get a paddy wagon of those motherfuckers and just ship them up to that island, dude.
Yeah.
And be like, I can't. But Corona really hit the homeless
Mhm.
hard,
Yeah.
and
well,
the gays.
That's what my boy Spud was saying. He was like, New York's been prepared for like, however many years when it was really bad for all the murders all the time. Like, this is not that big of a deal, the amount of people dying in New York, right? They're saying like they're overwhelmed. They don't know what to do with the bodies. It's like, dude, people used to die constantly in New York.
Not. I mean, people used to die like not like this.
In like a
This is
summertime with murder back in like the Deuce, dude. I saw
dude, during the Deuce, there was never like it wasn't like 1,100 a day.
Yeah, I mean, murder
True.
It was like 2.
in probably 1991, and
It's like 10.
it was like probably like 2,100 murders in '91. I think that was like
Was it really?
Yeah, that was like the biggest year for New York.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Good year.
It's not bad.
A tenth of that now.
Damn, that's when like the diplomats were coming up.
They were just young boys, dude. They could tell you what the 80s were like.
True. I think I had COVID and got over it, to be honest. I think me and my whole family have had it, and we spanked it, dude.
No, while he had COVID, he denied having it because he was ashamed.
Obviously, I didn't want to get thrown in a mass grave, dude. Excuse
I
me.
thought I had liver cancer in February, and I'm pretty sure that was just coronavirus.
Yeah, our immune systems are on fire, dude. We champed it. If you don't have like girls around you, dude, you're fine with coronavirus.
Yeah,
Dude.
no, because at first they were like, "Oh, if you have a beard, you should shave it." I'm like, that sounds like dumb bitch advice. It sounds like something some lady doctor came up with.
She was jealous of penises, dude.
Maybe because your dumb bitch face can't protect you from viruses. It can't grow a shield.
Yeah, isn't that exactly what a beard is, dude?
Yeah, it is. It's quite literally why we evolved beards, is so I don't get fucking sick and I don't have to eat your pussy.
Heard that.
Made for that.
God damn, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so sick. We're all red pilled right now. That's the best way to be.
Yeah,
How do I give a shit? What are you going to do? Get me canceled from my apartment?
True.
I'm stuck inside. Nothing. This is the perfect situation. I hope it goes on forever.
Yeah, this is nice.
We immediately released all our old episodes as soon as it happened. It's time, dude.
Yeah, this is time, dude. I think it's going to be, this is the wave of the future, dude.
Yeah.
Just denying everything the press says, denying all diseases, catching them, beating them.
Yeah. It's home workouts, coming up with your own science.
Heard that.
You know, you do your own science in your fucking head and you figure it out.
I want to come up with, how do they do the models? Is it just kind of like, it's got to be fucking nuts.
That's the other thing too, is like, I mean, I'm assuming you use a fucking computer to do it. I don't think the guy's doing it like, I don't think it's like an erector set, you know?
Like Vegas?
I don't think it's that kind of model. But so the Imperial College, that guy, he's like, oh, no, you can't see the code I used to do it. And it's like, why?
Bullshit.
You just show us the fucking code.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be the number the media is using, it should be looked into like, well, how'd you come up with that, bro? What's the fucking hit me with some more details. It's like, well,
and if
you're trying to fact check the media, bro,
if you don't do that, then they need to go into every school and get rid of the show your work requirement. All that bullshit,
true,
your work that everybody is now fucking meaningless.
Yeah, man. I'd be curious. I think it's something. I think it was a real virus that came through, and people saw it and said, "Oh, we can crash the economy with this." That's my personal. I think that's what happened. Trump's economy's roaring right now, so I think people were kind of like, "Fucking."
Trump's economy was like your immune system, bro.
Oh, me and David,
red hot. Nothing's
fire,
getting
bro.
in there.
Nothing.
I don't think anyone has any fucking idea. I think it's like.
Yeah.
I don't think it was even that level of, I mean, to some degree, I think maybe like investors were probably, I mean, it would make sense that like risk analysts and like all the big money, all of the investors, Wall Street and all that, watched the thing forever. It was already priced in. They knew there'd be some kind of fucking bailout. To the extent that it destroyed the economy, it took jobs away from people that like tear tickets at the movie theater. You know, I mean, people that are out of work are like retarded people.
Yeah, retarded guys.
Anybody that like waiters and waitresses, the hospitality industry. At the end of the year, you see growth in the financial sector probably. And
what do you think the retarded guy unemployment rate is consistently?
Probably like Apple. We're looking at possibly what amount in percent unemployment.
I'm happy to see waiters fucking fall on hard times.
Yeah. Take a look at this chart, and it's just got like a chutes and ladders. Just on an A-frame. Take a look at this.
That's when you know that's a good index of an economy being on fire. The retarded employment rate.
Our retarded movie theaters
12%. We're like, whew.
They released Trolls 2 to satisfy the unemployed retarded guys. All the unemployed retarded guys were hyped.
Did you ever sneak past one at the movies?
No, I only went to one retarded movie theater in my life.
That's why they have them there, so you don't sneak past them.
No, I've tricked them. I've used my magic on them and snuck past a couple times.
What you did?
Just been like,
they're there to enforce the honor system.
that's true. People be like, "Oh man, I can't."
Usually, some guy, if it was somebody that you like didn't like, of course you're going to sneak past them. We're charging one now, $45 to go see fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 17. No thanks.
Yeah, true.
Sneak past him. You put a retard there. You're like, fuck, I don't want to get this guy fired. We're going to turn him into glue. If they find out he didn't tear one of the tickets, lights out for him.
I think they
Put
keep
him down.
the mass graves in Indiana. The retarded mass graves are in Indiana.
He's gonna be on Hard Island in an M-shaped coffin.
Man. Yeah, I hope the retarded get right back to work. I don't want them idling around.
We can't, dude. Idle hands.
Idle
It's the
retarded
devil's
hands.
tools. Retarded guys are gonna be coming up with something.
They're gonna form their own political party. Take
It'll
over.
be new ISIS.
You think?
They're just gonna wild out. They're gonna set up a retarded caliphate.
Ooh.
Those dirt bikes will come in handy, dude.
And then instead of swords, they just have like giant novelty safety scissors.
Pool noodles and
They're
shit.
just cutting people's heads off with big scissors.
Fuck, man.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good time.
I like retarded ISIS.
Yeah, they accidentally burn themselves alive on camera.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. Just regular hijigs.
But they have the same flag as ISIS, but they were
Scribbled.
trying to write retarded ISIS in English.
Oh, fuck.
It looks like that. Yeah, no, I mean, we started, and I don't know, Jimmy seemed pretty confident. He said, right. So we're like, I don't know, looks good, man. Go ahead. Yeah, you're on flag duty.
That's a coveted position in retarded ISIS. Flag duty.
Oh.
That's a big honor.
Yeah, that might break them up, actually. That might be the thing that
Yeah.
does them in.
There's
day
an
one.
immediate civil
who gets
war.
the flag? Who
There's
gets the flag?
6 different fucking immediate 6 different.
What kind of behaviors do you think they'd crack down on? Like, if you smoke cigarettes, they'll chop like your tongue off or whatever. What do you think they'd crack down on?
Probably not supporting John Cena.
True.
That's the one true Allah in retarded ISIS.
You guys like John Cena? They're all about him.
Retarded guys love that. He was like crafted by the government to quell the retarded people.
He's
in this
retarded
country.
Jesus.
Well, I was gonna say, do they think he has Down syndrome?
True. That's a good
Like,
point.
if I had a son with Down syndrome, I would pick celebrities that are kind of look like it, and I would just constantly tell them, I'd be like, yeah, they have Down syndrome.
Yeah, you can
I
do it.
told my Down syndrome son that Andrew Yang is a man with Down syndrome.
It's good.
Right.
That's a nice strategy, though.
Yeah, he's not gonna know the difference. He'd be like, I guess I see it. I guess he kind of looks like me.
True. What's his platform? He's gonna give us $1,000 a month. He's like,
He's gonna give you $1,000 Jeffrey dollars a month, dude. That's fun.
Yeah, man. I'm stoked on the retarded right now. I think they're gonna come back swinging. Who else? Who else is getting like crushed right now? I know the waiters and stuff.
Waiters.
Good.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like you think about like how Ruby Tuesdays kind of skated by on the skin of their teeth in 2008. You know, the recession that just decimated the shitty like weekend dad lunch restaurant. You know what I mean? Like Bennigan's gone.
Yeah.
I guess Fridays made it out of that. I'm trying to think. What
Fridays
is,
is strong right
I
now.
feel like there was a million of those. Bennigan's
Fridays is back.
Mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bennigan's is crushed.
All of those were flourishing under Trump's economy, though.
Yeah.
That's like a staple.
Mhm.
True. It's good index.
We
as
need
well.
TGI Fridays to.
Gotta go to, Red Robin and say grace with your family. Ordering the bonsai burger and thanking the president and God.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of waitresses turned sex worker. I feel like that's going to be a big thing.
That felt like it was coming.
It was,
Regardless.
dude.
That was like now that you're allowed to just be a whore.
Yeah.
dude. Confirmed.
That's a lot easier than waitressing. You can just set up an OnlyFans.
Well, Lizzo says she's setting up an OnlyFans.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Yeah. What
That's,
if that sounds?
yeah.
She'll do sex. So Lizzo will do like sex stuff then on OnlyFans, or is it just like you just give her? Is it like kind of like a financial domination thing, or what is she doing?
I don't know. I mean, I guess selling nudes.
Sucks.
Yeah.
sucks.
There's a lot. I'm telling you, there's a lot of. That's like a cool thing now. If you go to school and like get your master's and just like pop out and do sex work for a couple of years, that's like a rite of passage now for like super cool chicks.
How funny would it be if Lizzo made absolutely no money?
she lost money.
In a week, she has to close it because absolutely no one paid. Not a single time was spent.
What a miss to be like national, just to be nationally recognized. And like, what are you gonna do next? Like, I'm gonna be a whore.
Yeah.
And then it's also no, though she'll be propped up like every single one of those people. Like, yes, I bought it. Have you seen it? It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is it? It's like when her fucking ass was out at that basketball game, and people were like, "This is great." It's like, why?
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's no way to return to that world anymore. You know what I mean?
Hopefully,
It's like all we can talk about is the virus now. There's no way, like, there's no room, literally, for the Lizzo OnlyFans story.
Yeah.
Nobody heard about it.
I didn't hear about it.
I started an OnlyFans like fucking 6 months ago. I mean,
It would have been crazy.
that's the only thing anybody would be talking about.
Yeah. Dude, it
Man.
crushed like gender non-binary news. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares about that right now.
Yeah.
The virus came
They're
around.
sneaking
and,
in.
like,
They are sneaking in.
what are they doing? They catch
I've heard some jabs about how like COVID's now worse for black people. Like they're finding ways, which it probably is because they're probably not getting
Yeah, but that
good
is
healthcare.
yeah. That is true. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
But
mostly,
I'm saying they're working. They're going to find their angles where transgender people are definitely getting it worse. That'll be it's coming down the pike.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, it's like they post these pictures in New York or whatever, and like who's being affected by this the most, and it's like, the numbers are there that it is mostly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it'll probably be like COVID made my voice deeper. I'm a trans woman. It made me sound deeper. It made my voice like
got bullfrog out of
I
it.
never used to talk like this.
Virus ate all my medicine in my body. It ate all the estrogen in my body.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to power through this and come out on the other side victorious.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
What's the other side, and what does victory look like in the context of coronavirus?
Straight back to a gigantic crowd, tons of money, spreading it around.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Right to a
It's
concert.
victory.
Go to a
And
Lil Wayne concert. Whoever has the
And
first.
all of the comics we don't like, all of their clubs and dates getting canceled.
Yeah. I mean,
That's victory.
everybody's dates got canceled. I mean, depending on how long this goes, it's like the comedy clubs might just fucking go out of business across the board.
You know what? I talked about it before, and I think you'd be interested. There are some clubs that I think are actually expanding right now, like the ones that had money. They're just gonna it's just gonna be like mom and pop shops are closed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Walmart comedy.
Yeah.
Nice. I love that.
Right. Yeah. Great.
That'll probably suck.
It's going to be all funny bones. That sounds great. That doesn't sound like exactly what happened in the fucking 1990s. It destroyed stand-up comedy.
Yep.
Yeah. Every town can see the same 8 comics rotating.
Yep.
It'll be good.
I can't wait to go back to those days when it was one guy that controlled who booked, 19 rooms in the country.
I like that.
Yeah, that'll be it. But now, it is different where podcasts have changed. That you can just, you can do podcasts and just go to a fucking theater.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, now the podcast blew up. I mean, it's like fucking night and day. Having like an audience. Yeah. I mean, I was supposed to. I go out like once a year now. Like a handful of shows, which is enough. But yeah, it just had like a string of shows lined up. It would have been a week out of my life, and then it's all door deals, and you walk away with like fucking $30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
It's also funny, like our podcast isn't, on that level, but it's like we've been doing, I'm new relatively in the stand-up world headlining, and I have fans.
Yeah.
There's so many comics that have been doing this headlining for decades.
Yeah.
With 0 fans.
With 0. Yeah. And it's because they don't.
0.
Because the podcast thing is the fucking answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awkward, dude. When you do a show, I was doing like a Top Golf place. I went out and it gives you like $100 to go do a show. And there's people coming out from the podcast like, dude, fucking cast rules. And there's other people there who have been there for a while doing comedy, been on like national shit, who have been like, what is this? And I was just like, it's the cast, bro.
Yeah, dude, you drew more at a Top Golf than like major headliners draw in like comedy clubs.
Yeah, it was pretty
not
bizarre.
Like major, but you know what I mean, like people that
doing
this.
If you do the Late Show, it was more of a draw than if someone was doing the Late Show for sure. It was actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
they would heckle other comics, which is funny. They would be like, "You fucking suck."
That is the worst part about having podcast fans.
I thought it was hilarious.
They will tell the other comics they suck the whole time.
See, a victory for me though. It's like I kind of want to transition out to stand up and still leverage the audience. And I'm thinking about getting into hate speech.
Ooh, That'd be nice.
Got my attention. What's good, Poppy?
Just going and doing public hate speech.
Like handing out
Yeah.
pamphlets about gay people and stuff.
Well, yeah, you go on stage. It's like stand up, except there's a podium, and you just get rid of all the punchlines. Instead, at the end, you just say, "No, I'm serious." No, I mean it.
That's such a sick move, dude.
Who would you go against?
Literally everyone.
Hell yeah,
They have
Comanche.
to come up with new shit, right? There's got to be something new. They're always coming up with new shit. That hey, that's how progressives work.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to go out and just like have a bunch of people thinking they're going to see a comedy show and talk about like the Zionists like conspiracy.
It'd be like a Cat Williams, like a Cat Williams off the wagon show.
Yeah. I thought we were going to see comedy. I'm like, all the other comedians are dead. I became a millionaire with podcasting, so this is the only option.
Oh my god!
Sorry, there's only one comedy club in the country now. I'm touring all 35 improvs, the funny bones.
I mean, dude, you'd be surprised if you advertise like real hate speech, people would get in. People that would charge people up. You're like, wait, what? What are we doing here?
Yeah,
who are we talking? All right.
I'd be excited to see that.
Real hate
like
speech.
helium. There was just a dude giving a speech. He fucking incredible, dude.
That would get people charged up for sure.
You come out, do the intro music, like they're like, and your headliner tonight.
There's no comedy tonight. We're doing hate speech.
Are you gonna have a host and feature? You're gonna have you should have regular comedy host and feature, like hacky host and feature, and then come out with just hate speech, like a magician tossing a magician.
Oh my god!
Yeah, just some local opener, just like a 5-year-old black guy. It's like, yeah, my son gonna be 2 soon, man. You know he being bad. All right, you ready for your headliner? Side-eyeing that guy.
Oh my god!
He come out to like Back in Black or some hacky fucking comedy club music. Oh man,
God, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I wanted to ask you this: why does China rock? You tell me.
Why does China rock?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Chinese people just don't. I mean, I guess I really only have experience. I've never been to China. I only know the Chinese people that I lived with, and they don't care about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
that
a
rules.
person could just watch their entire family get sucked into a bunch of and they'd be like, oh, okay, bye. Hey, okay, where you going? Okay. You know, they just don't.
Dude, there was this guy, did you ever hear this guy named like LA Surveillance guy?
Sounds sick.
Surveillance man. He would just, for a while, he would just walk around and film people.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people on the streets in LA, he would just walk with a camera, never say a word. So people would just spaz out and stuff. Like he'd film like a homeless guy.
That sounds vaguely familiar, and it's like a social experiment to be like, hey, you're being watched anyways. It's just when it's not a con and it's directly focused to you. It's
which I was just like, all right, this guy seems like a real asshole. But at one point he was in Chinatown. He just walked up. He just went into a house, and it was like probably like 15 Chinese people just playing cards. And none of them cared, dude. He was just standing there with the camera. And then after like 3 minutes, one of them was like, and they all started, and they shoot him out. And then he went back in, and they're like,
It's like he walked in on a pack of geese. They're just like, man.
Dude, they honestly didn't give a fuck that this dude walked into their house.
Yeah.
What if it wasn't their house?
I mean, maybe it was some sort of card thing, but it was clearly he was out of place.
Sure. He was filming.
It was in an apartment, and there were just 2 tables of dudes playing some made-up
war,
game with throwing marbles or some shit.
China has the same virus, right? And we have it. And like to get people to social distance, they have to make it about the individual. They have to make it about like you need to be a hero and like fucking. Like we need a song from celebrities, and Ellen has to, we need this. It needed to be this fucking like cultural event sold to us, right? It always has to be on those terms because no matter what, we still have to live these like stupid lives as like shitty Americans living a story, Whereas Chinese people, they're like, okay, well, time to start welding people into their apartment.
Dude, videos of them yanking people out of cars, or that one where they got that dude with a fishnet, like a pool net from the distance. It's so fucking funny.
That guy's like, I don't care what they think. I'm gonna go back to the market and eat another bat.
He got netted, dude.
I'm in the mood for bat. I'm gonna have a bat.
It's tight to think this was our Normandy. To just be like kind of bored for 2 months. It's like, dude, that was tough.
That was crazy.
I built character, dude.
Yeah.
I wore sweatpants for 2 months straight. Let me tell you something.
Dude, I love the idea of a Chinese like Texan, like a patriot that's like, you think you're gonna fucking stop me?
Mm-hmm.
You can try to take my fucking bats. I dare you to come take my fucking bats. He gets fucking immediately tased and netted.
Their
Put
bill
like a,
is just a list of animals that you're allowed to eat.
oh fuck. Yeah, this is our Normandy, Matt. You're exactly right. I was just on vacation for a month.
Have some respect, dude. Yeah, dude, I've been forced to eat nothing but groceries for 2 months now, dude.
The hot tub was barely ready on the first day.
Yeah, and even people who are losing their jobs are like, well, we're on unemployment and we're getting like a bonus. So, whatever. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
You got to fill out the census, though, to get your bonus. If you want a good boy reward, you need to fill out the census. If you want your 1200.
It kind of makes sense.
If you want your Yang freedom dividend, you got to fill out the census.
I do understand. Obviously, you got to prove you're a person.
Why are they trying to count everybody? Oh, wait, but you could just lie on the census, though.
Yeah.
So, like, what is that? Who's keeping count? What are they doing with that?
That information goes to further models.
True. Yeah, that's true. So they get the disease right. Yeah. I guess to like collect taxes, they want to know how many people are here, but still, it's like, what are you guys doing?
They've been doing that since forever.
Yeah,
since Jesus, dude.
Since Jesus?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, isn't that what they were in like Jerusalem for like the census or some shit?
I don't know.
I think there was a census back then.
There probably was.
King Herod was trying to find out how many boys there were so he could start killing them.
Yeah, it seems like a Roman thing to do. Just walk around people's houses and count people.
Seems like a Roman thing.
That is.
How do you think the WAPs are doing? Italy's having a rough go right now.
Tough time.
Are they fine though?
I don't know. I mean, they're still seeing I was like they were having days where 700 people were dying a day, and now it's in like the 500s. But I stopped paying attention to Italy once it came over here, and now the epicenter or whatever. It's like, okay,
yeah. Talk about really who gives a fuck?
Who gives a shit about Europe?
True.
I mean,
not me.
Couldn't agree more. They were slightly ranked above China for me in the which part I care about because I look more like them. Well, kind of.
Who do you think you look more like, an Italian or a Chinese?
I think Chinese. I
think you look more Mongolian than Italian.
Yeah.
Mustache pulls you in both directions.
The mustache is doing well.
That would be like the deal breaker, but it actually makes you look even more Chinese and more Italian.
Yeah, it's a good mustache. I'm also growing it out because of dog-brained women tell me it won't work.
Yeah.
You're fighting them.
Yeah, you can't let the dog brains win this. Of course they're trying to make it about themselves.
Yeah, girls get no input on facial hair choices.
True.
Yeah, true. It's our body.
Yeah. My body, my choice. Now get back on OnlyFans. You're on a man's website now. This conversation's happening.
That is a tight way to free yourself from the patriarchy. Just be a whore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a whore now. It's like, all right, back to the bottom. Now work your way all the way back up. You're just there at the top of the almost cracking the patriarchy. Now you're a common whore.
God, what a
Elizabeth Warren in OnlyFans now.
I would pay. That'd be tight. Elizabeth Warren's.
Mm-hmm.
Be hot.
What do you think her pussy looks like?
Long, drapey.
Long and drapey. You don't think she has a buttery front butt?
A mini butt? No, she does not have a mini butt, dude. Tulsi Gabbard's probably got a mini butt.
Just dropping butter and golden retriever hair all over it.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, Warren's got a long, drapey. MullDawg's got probably like an inverted.
Yeah.
MullDawg's got something going.
She has just a pussy. There's no labia. There's no external appendage. It's just a crevice. MullDawg has alien pussy, dude. Just has a hole.
Yeah, she's got a pentagram tattooed.
That's so sick that that's become like kind of like acceptable to just be like, oh, who? The Satanist? Hillary Clinton? Like it's like totally acceptable anywhere.
It's because it's true.
Exactly.
That's why. It's because it's the truth.
Can't be.
She's definitely.
They can't be in like some weird cabal.
They
just can't. I mean, it's. Well, here's the thing. It is obviously a cabal.
Children on Jeffrey Epstein's island that had a temple, a child molesting temple on it.
Or all right, a child molesting. You call it that, or it's just like a
nation. Was that maybe it's because he's Jewish? Maybe he needed that temple to be Jewish in, and that's why. Like, okay, if you say so.
I mean, obviously it's not, but it'd be funny if it was just like he's like, I think it looks cool. And like years later, it just cost him things.
You ever see Who Took Johnny?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess if you missed out, it's weird. It's like talking about Epstein shit is like telling somebody to watch like, you know, like because it's already dated, even though it was only 6 months ago.
Yeah. It's like, have you seen Making a Murderer?
Yeah, exactly. It feels the same way. It'd be like, oh man, you got to watch The Nick. You know, I mean, like, it's good, but I don't know. But yeah, like Who Took Johnny is like Who Took Johnny, and there's a book, the Franklin cover up. There's like 2 books about this like conspiracy in Nebraska, but the way they intersect is like so the conspiracy is that there was this credit union in Nebraska that was like the head of it was laundering money, and he like stole like just so much money that there was no way he could have been doing it without like people above him in the government just being complicit, right? So the state legislator launched this like investigation, and through the investigation they like stumbled upon this weird shit where he had like rent boys and was involved in like child prostitution. But then the child prostitution like accusations like grew and started implicating like agents in the local FBI office and the mayor and like all of these people, like kind of like a like creating
the town mayor was getting in on it.
Yeah, dude, like fucking all of these people, and then it grew.
So if you just have like a modicum of power, you get to bone kids.
Yeah, and then
the point.
Yeah, well, this book was published in fucking like 1996, and it also implicated like I don't know some fucking bishop at this this orphanage in.
Oh, yeah.
But this was before the Catholic scandal or whatever.
Yeah, it's before it was cool.
Yeah, well, it was before people were like, of course that's happened. Like, if you accuse a Catholic priest now of molesting children, people are like, duh, you know, I mean, like, well, of course you shouldn't have gone to church, idiot. That's your fault.
True. I guess
So
maybe
what
if it does,
yeah,
if it does get to the point.
Well, then maybe you got it coming, you know?
It does get to a point where it's funny to think like because I was a kid, obviously, when like the Catholic Church did that, like fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
I never remembered a time where you couldn't be like, I think Catholic priests might be raping kids.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it'll get that way with politicians. That'd be funny.
I mean,
like if like in a decade you could be like, yeah, of course they've.
Yeah, well, the Epstein thing happened. You have all these elites, and like it like intersects with the Me Too thing. I mean, there were like credible accusations against Kevin Spacey where he was like fucking sexually assaulting teenage boys with like Bryan Singer and all these other people. And then like I guess like 2 of the people that accused Kevin Spacey died.
Yeah, he killed him. He killed him with kindness.
Yeah, he just murdered them, and then Jeffrey Epstein was like clearly murdered in jail.
That's fucking so. It's still so funny.
It could not be like any more. I mean, it's just fucking whatever. I guess you know this is our life.
That was a weird one to pass, and people were like, "All right, that's over." It's like, dude, he clearly murdered in jail.
Clearly murdered in jail, and now here we all are trapped permanently in our homes.
Yeah, dude.
Communication services that are monitored by the government, and now they've like the push legislation to end end-to-end encryption is gone.
Yep.
Like fucking, it's like, yeah, well, I guess, that's just sort of the illiberal permanent prison world we live in now. And, but
Yeah, and now they need to track people's now it's like accepted they track your cell phone to see where you're at all times because like they're
Yeah.
fighting a virus now. They're not
yeah,
just stealing your
yeah. Michigan just made it illegal to go travel in between homes. But I mean, like maybe there's like cool shit on Quibi. Quibi.
Yeah, did you ever hear about the one like guy high up in the military who's like a
Wait, am I even going to be able to drive to Arizona?
Yeah, probably. I mean, this shit, like, that's fine.
yeah, once you get out of the tri-state area, no one's going to care. It's all going to go away.
Well, it's also, too, it's like that's not – in Michigan specifically is the only place I know of where it's like, they're now banning, like, fucking travel from home to home or whatever. In L.A., I've heard that you can, like, there's stories now where the LAPD can pull over whoever. I thought that would turn into, like, a much bigger issue than it did, but –
I saw that one, the mayor of LA was offering rewards for snitching.
dude, it's fucking ridiculous.
That's like SS shit.
The LAPD, which is so racist it inspired the only American hero of the last 150 years. With like an organization so corrupt that it finally pushed an American to a breaking point that most Americans will never have in their lives, which is taking up arms against the state. And these are the people we think should be able to pull over whoever they fucking want for any reason.
Hold on, I think I laughed when you said his name. Who are you talking about?
Christopher Dorner.
Oh, is that like black guy?
Yes.
That like
I thought
chubby.
you were talking about O.J. Simpson. I was like, I like this.
Oh, no. OJ's fine, but Christopher.
No, Dorner was? What was the deal with that guy?
Yeah, someone said the N-word at work, and then he got mad.
Right.
The guy, and then he got a reputation for being like the N-word Serpico, I guess. And you would file complaints about like racial issues that the LAPD does have. I mean, every department does, but eventually he was like, fuck this shit, and then he either left first or after, but then he just went on a rampage and started.
He was like a modern day Nat Turner.
Yeah. He just like killed cops. I think he killed some of their families or whatever. But the LAPD.
Oh no.
The
N-word.
Yeah, the LAPD couldn't handle it. They were just like lighting up any cars that looked like his. They had to like eventually had to like set some cabin on fire. I like to think that he lived and on in all of us.
It's like a boogeyman story for racists.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, you better not say it or fucking Dorner is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That'd be a fun like one of those like WWE produced horror movies.
Yeah.
How far do you think we are
from
credit score?
How
far do you think we are from social credit score?
What's that?
How far do you think we are from social credit score?
What is that? Like where like a Black Mirror sort of thing?
Yeah, well, China has it where they monitor like your I guess like your what you look on like in the internet and kind of like all the things you do you pay your debts and blah blah blah, and according to that you have a certain score that allows you to do certain things.
Let's put it this way, I already have a credit score, right? Yeah. Financially that already exists, which is arguably the most important aspect of that. I'm banned from Twitter. I can't use it, so my speech is already limited by one of the 4 companies that controls interpersonal communication now because it's illegal to go see each other, right? I have been visited by the FBI for making jokes to my immediate family members. So it's like I don't know if you want to combine like, because like we do have that system in piecemeal already, or at least I experienced that. And it's not just this single entity of the state imposing it on me.
Yeah, wow. But China has the nets. That's the only difference.
They have fishing nets.
Kind of is very funny. I mean, like I could.
Yeah, obviously. Who are you talking to?
I mean, it would be fucking hilarious.
What did the FBI say to you? Like, are you fucking around?
They were very like vague and cryptic. I didn't realize it was about me even until after the fact, when I put it together at my grandma's funeral, that my uncle had called the FBI on me. Because they came to my apartment. They were like, we're looking into something. Like they're like they made it seem like maybe like there was some like threat towards me, or like I didn't like know, like it didn't, you know, because I didn't do anything, you know what I mean? So there was like no, because they said there were specifically like joint terrorism task force guys, and there was nothing that I had done. At the time, I had owned the domain childporn.sexy. So I thought maybe it was because of that, but like, you know, they would just like fucking ask about it. You know, I mean, it's
What did that domain link to?
What were you doing?
Oh, I had it said it was like the joke was like it was like just like a shitty looking like GeoCities website, and it was for like a middle-aged guy that just liked model trains, and his friend gave him a website. Like I couldn't afford my own website. Please stop calling the police on me. He's like, this is just for trains.
It's a good bit, dude, but I think your uncle might have been onto something.
That had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with the fucking FBI thing.
You told me this before.
Yeah.
Didn't your like your landlord tell you?
Yeah, well, no, the Chinese people, they're like, yeah, FBI call, maybe look for you, but you know, we don't know.
Just so every day for them, they're like, oh, the secret police were here.
He's the patriarch of the family. He's sitting there squatting on a stool in flip flops and like fucking Joe Boxer underwear. Just like just fucking plucking fish eyes off a plate with chopsticks. He's like, yeah, you know, even if they're real police, we just say we don't know you. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Oh fuck.
No, the Chinese rock, dude.
Yeah, we've been long supporters. I thought because we were texting, I was like, China are dickheads.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said China actually rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was, more to it than just they are funny as fuck.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. It's like the biggest economic complaint about China is like, they steal our intellectual property. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they're pirating. Like, okay, I'm supposed to think downloading music sucks now because China's doing it. That was cool when I was 13.
True. China is Napster.
Yeah, you're getting mad. I'm supposed to be mad at China for pirating Photoshop.
True.
Why would I care?
Yeah, unless you owned Photoshop, yeah, I guess you wouldn't really give a shit.
I don't own Photoshop, and I don't give a shit about Adobe.
That is funny because, yeah, if you tell me I can pirate something, I'm like, sweet. Sweet.
Yeah, no, it's a stupid system. Like, but what about the people that worked on that? Fuck them.
They lost. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The shit from China. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you did the work to make the thing. Hopefully Adobe paid you for it, but now it's this thing that can be duplicated at zero cost infinitely. No, you don't get paid again.
Fair enough. Yeah, China is the people's hero. It is the people's party.
It's a fucking idea. It's like all it is a fucking idea. If you spent the time coming up with an idea and then you told someone the idea and you're like, oh, by the way, if you tell anybody that idea, you have to pay me $600.
It's fair.
That's the whole fucking concept.
True. That's true. They probably came up with a couple good ideas themselves too.
Who, the Chinese?
Yeah, I'm sure they threw a couple in there.
Welding people into their apartments.
True.
I'm gonna watch a compilation after this of just Chinese people getting arrested for COVID.
Yeah.
You gotta set up some funny music to that.
Did you see the video a couple of years ago? What's really funny, I guess their automotive industry kind of turned a corner, but like 10 years ago, they were really trying to like push into the automotive industry. And so they're putting out cars, but like they don't know anything about safety. So the Germans did all these like crash tests on the cars and they're in slow motion. And it's like a 10-mile-per-hour collision in like the rear view off the head. Because the car is like designed to kill you. Like the lowest impact speed. And then they like a couple years ago they had some like 3D rendering of this idea they had for mass transit in cities. It's like a bus that's on stilts so it can drive over top of
Yeah.
It's like not even thinking about like what could possibly go wrong with the bus on stilts.
Yeah, the bus on stilts is like one of the party members' fucking 6-year-old drew a bus.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, that's it.
Well, can you sue in China if you're on like an experimental bus and like it crashes and everyone dies? Can you like sue
No.
anybody? I don't think you can sue. I think you just you die.
Yeah, you just
All right, that didn't work. What else you got?
yeah, we're gonna make a guy that looks like you. Somebody sent me a video of like they're like it's like a mom who's been quarantined, I guess, in Wuhan, and she hasn't seen her daughter in like 4 months or something. And then she comes home and it's her like surprising the daughter. But it's like she gets in and it's like one of those like fucking soldier returns from Afghanistan like to meet their cat videos, you know, those ones where people do that.
The cat's just like, yeah.
Cat doesn't care. This woman comes in and the daughter has no idea who the mom is. It's been 4 months. She's like, I guess that's just a Chinese lady.
It's a changeling.
Well, I guess that's, you know, I don't know if that's my mom or literally any other Chinese lady.
Damn. Yeah, that's it's tight too. They have like they don't really have police brutality. If the police come fuck you up, they're like, yeah, we fucked you up. We fucked that guy up, and like here's the video. We beat his fucking ass, and there's no recourse. There's no,
I remember
Hey.
there were videos from China of like there'd be like a baby in the street, and like a car would just run over it.
No, really?
Or like, yeah, dude, there'd be like kids would just be like people would walk past a kid sitting in the middle of the road.
Damn.
Yeah, there's not a real high, you know,
Regard for
value
life.
it. They don't value it like that.
Yeah, there's a fuck. What was my one friend telling me that? Sorry, I'm like completely gone on sleep. So there was something about he was in China for a while, and it wasn't about stealing intellectual property. Fuck, come back. I forget. I'll have to think about it. It literally escaped my mind as soon as I started talking. I'm retarded. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, dude.
What the fuck? It was about people getting their ass kicked. He was in China. I don't know. He did tell me that as a nation, they have like 100-year plans where it's like they're just moving. They're just a machine. Like, there's not like a 4-year election scramble. I mean, we might have that too, but they can make like 50-year, 20-year moves, and it's just like, yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, this is what he said. So there's like if you're within like the party, if you're within the elite, you just start businesses with taxpayer money. If they work, that's your profit, and if they lose, you're just like, fuck, sorry guys, that's gone. What else you got for me?
Yeah, they got a lot of cool ideas. Like so in China, if you kidnap someone, if they owe you money and you kidnap them, the police are like, well, that seems fair. You're literally allowed to just kidnap people.
Fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know nothing of Chinese law. It's embarrassing on my part.
No, how could you?
True.
Yeah, I mean, the police work more as like mediators rather than like, you know, let's just because I mean, here, I mean, it's like, you know, here it's like, you know, two people get into a fight and they're like, oh, we'll throw them both in jail and ruin their lives over this. Let's cause 6 months worth of problems for two guys that are just drunk and pissed off about something. True. Whereas in China, it's like, you owe me $30. I'm going to keep you in a cage in my basement. If by chance the police find out about it, they'll be like, all right, let's get both sides of the story.
Give him the $30.
Give him the $30. Maybe we'll call it 20 because you've been drinking your own urine for 6 weeks. Maybe you've paid some of that debt back and being deprived of precious bat.
Bat. Could there be a funnier animal for them to be munching?
No, not at all.
Bats are so, dude, I've never once in my life considered eating a bat.
Get a bat. How do you fucking get one of those things? I've seen maybe
the nets, dude.
Yep.
Night nets. You're going around at nighttime. How do you like? What's the effective use of a net at night? You just run around blindly.
Probably.
Until what?
Damn. I think you catch them in the day when they're sleeping. You catch them hanging upside down. You grab them.
You just pick them like fruit.
Yeah, you go to like the top of a church tower and you just fucking snag them.
Yeah, they take like engagement photos in caves picking bats.
Yeah, my dumb bitch girlfriend wants me to go bat picking.
You always have to go fucking bat picking.
We have to go bat. Sucks.
I wonder how you do catch a bat. That's a good. Yeah, I mean nets definitely, but like if you're gonna if it's like mass consumption, that's gotta.
I mean, you could if it's mass consumption, they're probably farming them. But isn't the whole bat
Jesus,
farms?
man?
Yeah, I'm a bat farmer. Yeah, my daddy left me the bat ranch and
The Bat Ranch.
wake up.
It was the Batmobile.
Like a bat
Wake up
shepherd.
at the crack of dusk, go feed the bats first bat morning. So they're nocturnal, so naturally it's a bat farmer,
Did you
right?
call him a Bat Shepherd, or were you making a pun about Dax Shepard?
No, it was just a bat shepherd. Just
Bat shepherd.
going around the staff and just like following like a nonsensical flight pattern around. Like, oh, there they go. Okay, guys, come on. God damn it.
You ever see that video of that blind black kid that developed sonar?
No. Sounds legit though.
Yeah, there's some black kid that went blind, and now he'd be like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And he like tells her shit is based on like say he's got sonar.
What?
Yeah, let me find it.
Yeah, when black dudes go blind, they do like awesome
Yeah,
shit.
you're either Ray Charles or instantly a bat.
Here, is there like a chat that I can post this in?
What are you trying to do? A link?
Yeah, here we go. Chat. I'm gonna type message here.
I think you can share your screen. Here we go. Oh hell yeah!
Mm-hmm.
It's an Huffington Post.
All right, let me see. See if I can put this. I think you might be able to also. Let me see. Oh, that's.
I don't know
Sorry.
if I can handle a fucking kid doing sonar.
Actually, you know what? I can find this right now. Kid doing sonar.
Yeah, he clicks his tongue to do echolocation.
Let me see here.
Let
me see here.
Oh, I guess he's
Computer
dead.
sound.
Okay, never mind. This is
It's the boy.
Wait,
his eyes killed.
This is him, right? Oh, dude.
Both eyes were
Yeah,
He's got the Calvin and Hobbes like classroom
leaving
eyes.
him with no vision at all. So how on earth does Ben do this?
that one. I'll tell you that one.
Even this?
I
Damn.
don't think I've ever come across somebody like Ben. He was quite unique.
Ben lost his eyes to cancer, but unbelievably, he's taught himself to see with sound.
If he chooses to go out there and ride that bicycle, let him ride the bicycle. It's got to be very smart. Somewhere in there, it's a little genius going on. I don't consider myself a boy. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Fuck.
Ben has no guide dog and never uses
Oh shit.
a
Damn.
white cane.
Damn.
He's not even using his hands. Instead, he sees with sound. He makes a sharp click which bounces back off nearby objects. Amazingly, Ben's ears pick up the echoes and he can precisely locate where things are. Ben is the only person in the world who sees using nothing but echolocation.
That'd be tight if he was just like a guy on the side
Well,
of the
I've been
highway
able
who
to tell where
he tricked everybody. He can see. He just can see.
The fact that they use the first scene is, how can he do this? It's just him hitting a jumper.
the walls are in.
Fuck, man. That's
It's also funny for me to make fun of a guy who's more active than me with eye cancer.
Yeah, he died from the eye cancer.
Oh, he probably got hit by a car riding that fucking bike.
Yeah. There's another guy on YouTube that's like a bodybuilder that's blind.
that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's very funny. He did his own like reenactment video where he's like, imagine going blind. He's like, what it's like to go blind. He's like, imagine you're at the gym and then all of a sudden you can't see and it's just someone filming him and he's like, what? He's like, oh.
Wait, he went blind at the gym?
Yeah, well, at this point he's already blind. Yeah, he was a bodybuilder and he went blind. And then he's like, like the struggle of being blind. You can't get you're trying to get your macros in. And then he's still listing regular bodybuilding problems.
Huh. Let me see. I think I have. Is it his name Justin?
Yeah, Justin Holland, I think.
Yeah. He's blind guy guessing how much dumbbells weigh. Damn, dude. All right, let's
What's going on, guys? So today we are going to be playing a game, a little challenge. So obviously I'm blind, I cannot see, and my buddy Brandon here, who just started working out yesterday, is I'm just kidding, but he's going to be helping me out here. So here's how it's going to work.
Man, do something. There he goes.
I just did it because I can curl that one. Let's go!
Okay.
Number 2. Oh, God.
This is tough. This is tough. This is a brain buster for him.
70.
No way.
It's pretty good. I think I could do that, honestly. I'm not hating, but
Yeah, that doesn't really seem that difficult.
yeah. It's like, all right, anything above 50 that I can't lift, I'm like, all right, it's really, it's above 50.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things it would be. If I was blind, I would just like why wouldn't you just be like, yeah, I'm huge. I'm probably huge. Somebody's gonna be like, oh hey bro, just want to let you know you look like shit.
Yeah, I'd just pick up a 25-pound, be like, this is 80.
Yeah,
And
I'm
see who's gonna tell me
$1 million.
Damn, that'd be funny to do like the Wild Wild West trick on him on the scale. Just like put your finger on his weights and weight him down. Like, you're kind of fucking weak, dude. This is 50 pounds. Just be his spotter and block him the entire time.
Yeah, just a jealous spotter. Just an insecure, jealous fucking dickhead at the gym.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Tight.
where are we at? Where are we at time wise?
About an hour.
I gotta watch that. I'm about to go. I'm excited to watch that SNL live feed.
And where
Do you want to see?
No, it's on NBC.
Let me say, before we go, I do want to see Chinese people getting, let's say, beat up by government corona.
It's not gonna be as fun as you think.
You don't think so?
If it's the guy getting yanked out of the car and netted, it's one of
Oh,
the
this is
better
pretty good.
videos
That's pretty
out.
good. That's pretty good. Just the initial scream is pretty. The initial command there is very strong. Let me see. There we go. This is what they're doing. This is what we need right now. Oh, got his bay, dude. She's napping. Damn, full Nelson. There's always a Chinese dude who dead weights in these who just goes full weight body.
Like the guy from the plane. He just dead weighted him.
Classic Chinese move when you resist the totalitarian government. Dead weight.
fishing vest on?
Oh, yeah, the phone's out, dude. What's the site? WeChat?
Social media.
Oh.
Jesus.
Come here. Come here. Oh. Secret. This is my quick
Oh,
secret.
secret.
I like Jinping. That's so funny. This is these guys' jobs, and they're like, come on, man. What the fuck? They'll drag you into your apartment.
Yeah, that was a big dude.
Yep. Oh, that guy's got some shoulders too. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. God, dude, the dead weight is so effective. If someone tries to take my freedom, this is what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna put up a flag, dude. Come take it.
They don't expect freedom. They don't think that they have it. I mean, it's like, I don't know why this guy's like, you know what? Okay.
Oh. Dude, he's doing like the cat on a bathtub in his hallway right now. Oh my God. Oh, you did not want to go home, dude. No, underneath it says, "Get the latest information from CDC about COVID-19." I got him.
I love if this ends instead of this free press matters thing. It's like one of these guys in the suits goes outside and he like takes the hat off, you know, like breathes a sigh of relief. And
Yeah.
he pulls a bat out of his pocket and just
Yeah, dude, that's like
winner for a while. Have a bat.
A little bat break.
Chinese bat. Brought to you by Bat. The Council for Bat Affairs.
Oh my god.
yeah, it's good to see like cops in China.
Mm-hmm.
That's like their version of cops, dude. No matter what, somebody's shirt's getting taken off.
The cops are all wearing beekeeper suits.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine just where the fuck are you getting taken?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
To another part of China. He's like, no, I don't want to go to more China. No, I'm already in China. You know, is shit.
It's gonna get way more Chinese, dude.
I've had enough.
Yeah, he's getting a heavy dose of China after that.
Oh my god.
That's too much China. Aren't they just? Didn't they already have like camps for Muslims, like in the South?
Sure.
Yeah, they're like
they got that. They stole that from us. We're like, wait, what they got? All right,
Yeah.
They got Guantanamo. All right, let's get that.
Guantanamo sounds kind of Chinese to begin with.
True, we might have stole that from them.
That could have been a Chinese name.
True. All right, let's do it, dude.
Yeah. MullDawg, thanks a lot, bro.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I don't socialize at all. So this is like the first time I've hung out with anybody in, the whole time.
Oh, really?
I fucking Adam and Stav. I don't fucking, I mean, I'll talk to my dad on the phone like once a week, but.
Yeah, you're saying Doom was nice?
Oh, yeah, Doom rocks. I love it.
That's one thing I'm missing a lot is not having a video game system. I mean, I had one for like the last like week and a half. I was playing NHL. That's all I had.
I don't know if I can't explain why I like Doom, but it's like hooked me.
All right.
Yeah.
Like online?
No, I'm playing the campaign.
Just the campaign. Nice.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm kind of burned out on like online shit.
No,
like,
online sucks.
everyone was talking about Warzone and I got on Warzone. It's fucking boring to me, but everyone likes it. So, I mean, I guess I'd have like shitty taste. But yeah,
I don't know. When we were playing Call of Duty sucked too.
Yeah. Well, Warzone is part of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's the app.
Isn't it just Call of Duty isn't it just fucking Fortnite?
Yeah, basically the maps are huge and it's like going around like collecting cash. There's all these fucking objectives and it's like this isn't what Call of Duty was. I mean, it was like Call of Duty was like running around with either an assault rifle or a shotgun. Maybe, I don't know. What made Modern Warfare fun was like the pacing of it and how like close the spaces were. And then it was like you could camp if you wanted to. And then Battlefield was fun because it was a huge map and you could fly a plane and all that shit or whatever.
Yeah, Battlefield 1 I thought was great.
Yeah. And then this is supposed to be like, I guess these like larger style maps for people that suck at like shooting games to an extent that I'm just going to go around and collect money. It's like, well, this sucks.
Yeah. That was like being a medic in Battlefield 1.
Yeah. I like the medic. I like the rifles.
The rifles is what you need, but being a medic and just going around trying to save people, nah.
Yeah, it sucks.
No,
I got good at sniping, and that was really fun.
What, in Battlefield 1?
Yeah, I got good at sniping.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly, to be honest with you, I mostly played as a medic. Or
you're first. Yeah, dude, you're a first responder.
I would play as a sniper, but then use like the shorter range, like
yeah.
And then, but like, cause sitting across the map and like shooting, because it's like, what was that one with there's like a fortress on the far end.
That one was impossible to snipe on.
No, I mean, you could do it. And that was kind of fun where you just have to aim like fucking like 30 feet over somebody's head on the top.
Yeah, the one in the Alps.
The abandoned hangar. I like that one.
You shoot across the map and watch somebody get a headshot from 10 miles. Yeah. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. The planes were big for me. I love the planes.
Yeah, I finally figured out how to fly those. The inverted controller really fucks me up. There's a lot of people that would hop in just immediately at 9/11 that thing.
Yeah.
Nonstop, just straight into the fucking trees.
Yeah, I didn't play much of Battlefield 5, but the
No, me neither.
planes in that were better than 1.
The Battlefield 5 though, I thought they went more like like Fortnite, where you're like building walls.
There is some of that, but I started playing Battlefield 5 and because Battlefield 1 I played probably almost as much as I played Modern Warfare 2, and after Modern Warfare 2, that's when I checked out, and that was a decade ago.
Damn.
Battlefield 1 I played for like fucking 2 years. Like I thought about it, it was like, yeah, that came out, and I would just play it all the fucking for years.
Yeah, it's the same map. There's like 4 maps.
Probably literally as long as World War I happened. I was playing that fucking stupid game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, it's good to see you doing well, dude. That video of you working out, sick, beard's tight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not listening to
A lot of good
girls.
things.
Yeah, girls can shut up. It's not. It's too late. You're too late to the content game.
Yep. Heard that.
Yeah. Dudes rock 2020.
Hell yeah.
We're going China. We're going Donald Trump. We're going dudes.
Fuck
Oh.
yes, dude.
Yeah, you're 100% on board, bro.
Yes.
Yes. All right, good. We settled it. Trump, China, and dudes.
Yeah.
All right, see you, man.
All right, dogs.